It's Jack Pinter. How you doing?
Great to see you, Matthew. We're still here, locked down.
Lockdown. Although it looks quite busy in that room. What's happening behind you?
Well, I just was trying to get an image up on my screen that was like the exact opposite of what's going on right now. And I thought social distancing, what would be the exact opposite? It would be the group hug. And, I'm wondering, Matthew, actually, how long is it going to take us to get back to a moment where we can actually do a group hug? I sense it's going to be a long time.
No, exactly. I mean, I'm hearing two things there. There's the optimism of if it will happen, and there's the caution of when will it happen? Will it happen properly? Yes, I mean that's quite extreme, isn't it? Yeah. So
Yeah.
when will we open up? We could take that literally or metaphorically. What does that phrase mean to you?
Well, I was walking in the park, keeping socially distant, obviously, with my dog on Sunday, and I saw a headline. I think it was in the Telegraph. It said schools to open up within 3 weeks, and I thought, oh my God, this is ending. It's going to end. We're going to open up, and that's what really got me started. I started thinking, what does that mean? What is that going to mean? And what profoundly does open up mean? We say open up your eyes. Now we can do that. That's clear. But we often tell people to open your ears, open your heart, open your mind. And it just made me it's made me start thinking about what this open up will be, and what that is requesting of us, and what we can do in the context of opening up, and particularly how we can open up maybe a little bit more of ourselves in this context.
Very good. Quick medical warning to our viewers: best not to open up your heart unless you've got about 8 pints in the fridge. And I mean,
Yes.
where did you get those? Were they essential? I don't know. So let's riff on this. So we've had the past. Give us a quick snapshot, a quick history lesson. What did we have that we've lost? Any ideas on that?
Well, yeah, and I guess when we think about opening up, is what I wonder is, what is the first thing you want to do? And to
Yes,
to
yes.
build on the theme that we were talking about before, who is the first person you'd like to hug that you haven't been able to hug
Write
because
it
they
down.
don't live with you?
Type a comment.
Yeah, write it down right here. Where's the first place you'd like to go, where it actually has other people, maybe other people in close proximity? We'd like to hear that from you as well. And I suppose part of that is, who's the person who you think, oh my God, now I actually have to go see so and so because I don't have the excuse of social distancing anymore. So we can have the dread. You can write that down as well. The person that
Well,
you're
I was
like,
going to
oh
say,
God, that's
don't write that down. Don't write that down. No, I love it. It is an excuse for bad behaviour as well as an excuse for exploration and new hobbies and habits. Jack, who would you hug first?
Well, I think I'd like, my mother's 91. She's in Florida. She's in lockdown in a place I can't go in to see her, even if I could get there.
Yeah.
So I think she'd be the one I'd like to hug, just to, because she is on her own. I think it's hard at that age. She's got a bit of a dementia as well. So I'm not sure she really perfectly knows what's going on. Actually, I think part of her, she's not really bothered, but I just think
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it might not be the first person as I'm here in England, but that's who the person I'd really like to give a hug to right now.
No, that's heartbreaking. My wife Susanna, yes, her mother is 81, and on the other side, last year for various reasons we went and visited her in Germany 7 times, but it won't be
Mm.
possible for 3 months or 6 months. That's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. So our loved ones, everyone, think. Don't get too maudlin, and do something there. But let's
Mm.
talk about that sort of that carpet bag that we could fill up and move forward with. We are in this crazy place now. What might we take forward? What might we take forward?
Yeah, I think if we think of this as a journey we've gone on, this journey, I know it's a weird journey. It's a journey where we haven't left our house, more of an inner journey. The classic thing about storytelling is, okay, so you go off, you go find something, then you bring it back. So what are we going to
Yeah,
bring
yeah,
back
yeah,
from this lockdown time, and then keep doing, perhaps,
yeah,
when we can open up, when we do have more freedom, when we can go out, when we can connect with people.
yeah.
And I think I'm thinking about a few things that
Okay.
I've started doing that I probably wouldn't have had the time for, or had
Yeah,
the
yeah,
inclination to do. And one of these things is really about me and my own community.
yeah.
I have a very kind of close knit community. I know my neighbors just because a lot of our kids went to school together. School's right across the street. And a couple of weeks ago, I just sent a text around it on a WhatsApp group, local WhatsApp group. I said, "Hey, listen, we're going to come out on Saturday night at 8 p.m. We're going to play some tunes on the streets." Just as an offer, we're going to call it Curbside Karaoke, and
Lovely.
anybody can join in. I sent them a list of songs, And you know, lots of people came, and it wasn't just our neighbors. Actually, people coming by would just sort of stop and go, "Oh my gosh, there's something going on here." And you know, we did another one last Sunday, and now you know people send these messages saying, "Oh, it's hugely uplifting. You made my day." And it's not something that I ever would have thought of doing. I would have thought it was presumptuous to go out there and make noise with my neighbors, not realizing that, hey, actually, maybe this is a great active community. And I'm really curious, Matthew, to see that once this lockdown
Yeah.
closes, once we open up, people are still going to say, hey, could you still do that? You know, we love it. Or they're going to say, oh, enough of that. You know, get back in your house. Are we going funnily enough, close up some of the things that we've opened up during lockdown?
Yeah.
That's what I'm curious about. Are we just going to go back to the way it was, or are we going to bring back some treasures in this carpet bag? And what would it be? And Matt, would you take in your carpet bag to the opened up future?
Well, I tell you, I mean, in terms of lockdown craziness, some people will know Psych, the application, where you sort of mock each other. It's quite a British thing. I guess it's American, but it seems quite British. Where, you know, if Matthew was one of the Spice Girls, which Spice Girl would Matthew be? And the obvious answer is Old Spice. Everyone gets a laugh. And you can game it by being self-deprecating and imitating someone else's voice. So it's quite psychological, but it's an exercise in mental hygiene. It's going to the mental sauna and doing that. So I would like to continue that. My boys, we're getting onto this, have been coaching us in driving a car virtually on the Xbox. So I've never done any of that stuff. They've been doing it for 10 years. I've improved my time with their coaching. I've shaved off about 25% of my lap time. They love this rather high input coaching idea of coaching dad, which is quite fun. So I'd love to continue that new dynamic and relationship. I don't know if you've got any comments on that.
Well, I think that's great. I think you know our relationships have transformed a bit by this, and it could even be the way we help our kids with their schooling.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a nightmare, maybe pulling your hair out. But I actually understand a lot more about my son Alfie and what he's doing in year 10 than I ever wanted to. But it's good actually. I like being further in touch with my kids. You know, I actually enjoy that. I think especially with teenagers, it's hard because there's so
Yeah.
much, keep you away, and
Yeah.
they really don't have a choice. I mean, we're the only game in town, Matthew.
I tell you what we're doing. There's the teenage. I mean, we've got the 20-somethings. We've got the 20-something pub quiz, of which there are about 2 a week. There are various furloughed work people who are doing a work-based pub quiz, and there's a lot of cross-pollination. So there's the sort of quiz culture is quite interesting. It's very collaborative. Of course, it's secretly very British, secretly competitive, but you can't open the lid on that. You have to sort of, oh, did I win? Fake modesty, humble bragging. Oh, I've won again. Love the whole thing. So we can take something from this sort of bonding idea, or just what is it? You know, our brains are gonna atrophy, and so therefore we're proactively doing something. So I take your point in terms of time, but also volition. Is it crisis-based starting? Is it crisis-based creativity? So our fear might be that no crisis, no creativity. Or have we got the
Yeah.
confidence to take the good stuff forward? What do you think?
I think we do. I think we do have the confidence, and I think there's a possibility. I think it just has to one has to just to take the initiative, and also I was just thinking about the fact that absence does make the heart grow fonder, and
Yeah, yeah,
what is the things we've missed, like concerts, sporting events
yeah, yeah.
that we haven't been able to see. When they come back on, we can have this sense of renewing our love and really thinking, gosh, I treasure this. For me, this is heartbreaking. I'm American. I'm a baseball fan. I mean, there
Yeah,
may not be a baseball season, which is, for some people, it's just, it's
yeah.
like unfathomable. I
It's
mean, there's
beyond. Yeah.
never not been a baseball season. And I think when we come back to these things to say, yeah, I really treasure this and really appreciate those things that we have missed. At the same time of thinking, what can we bring back from this time that we maybe never have thought of, that we can bring back to this opening up, which is somewhere on the horizon.
Wonderful. So just before we asked our wonderful loyal viewers, thank you viewers, to do some thinking and voting, or just ask your end profound question, let's crowdfund Jack Pinter for his Curbside Karaoke. I'm getting Bob Geldof's voice in my ear from 1985. Give us your money. It could all happen. I don't know what the cause is going to be, but I'm sure there will be one. So let's wrap it up. What philosophical question or statement are we going to give the viewers to end up with?
Well, Matthew, you know what I was just thinking? I was just thinking about all these podcasts you put together.
Mm.
And really, this is our group hug. This is your group hug, your invitation of a group hug to the audience. So I just want to applaud you, Matthew,
Cheers,
for
mate.
inviting people to our group hug. And I hope you guys are enjoying the group hug out there. The last thought I'd just like to leave with you is, again, as you said, Matthew, what are we going to bring back? What do you really want to bring back? And can you promise to absolutely bring back one thing? One thing in your private life, one thing in your work life, and be conscious about it. Say it. I'm bringing back from lockdown this because I realize this is really valuable. And the last thought is that how can we open up? How can we be a part of the opening up as well? And what value would that create for all the people around us?
Profound and fun. Brilliant. Thank you, Jack, so much. Thank you, viewers. Keep it going. Share, subscribe, like, comment, add those names of the huggables. Do not add the name of the unhuggables. That's a new phrase. All right. See you next time. Thanks very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Jack.